Hey guys, welcome back to Life on 38. Today we are about 30 minutes north of the beaches, about an hour away from Panama City Beach. We're kind of stepping out a little bit away from some of the tourism and towards some more really family-centric communities. So today we're at the Passages, which is part of Hammock Bay, which is this master plan development here in Freeport. I'm going to go over quite a bit regarding Freeport because it's very up and coming to the point where the infrastructure is still kind of catching up to everyone coming out here. But what it offers is absolutely amazing when it comes to balancing that beach life and also, family life, as opposed to just kind of tourism, short-term rental stuff that we see here along the coast, on the Emerald Coast, of course, because everyone comes here for the beaches. And we as locals want to be at the beaches as well. So today we are going to tour 133 Dickens Street here at the Passages, like I said. Thank you, Beth Jones with Hammock Bay Realty. She is wonderful, absolutely love her. Super happy to be showcasing one of her listings. But let's go and check out this absolutely beautiful 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, single level with an office. I actually just picked up some clients that were like, AJ, we really need 5 bedrooms. So this one might still be here by the time this video gets published, or my buyers might buy it. I'm not sure, but let's go see it just in case. I'm going to flip you around so you can get a great view of the front, because they've got some really beautiful landscaping here. And this is the neighborhood, by the way. Absolutely beautiful. All throughout Hammock Bay, we have sidewalks, which if y'all have been watching me for a while, you know that that is absolutely huge to me. It's a fantastic safety feature, regardless whether you are wanting to walk by yourself, with your dog, with a child, whatever it is. Having sidewalks is just such a fantastic amenity. Absolutely love what we've done here. So we've got a great front patio area. The house was built in 2016, so not a lot to have to do to it. Still pretty new. And it's not that typical beachy theme that we see. So here on the Emerald Coast, we see a whole lot of white. Everything is white, which I don't have a problem with. I just drank some bubbly water, I'm sorry. And yes, I'm in this massive chunky sweater because it's freezing out. It's like 60 degrees, okay? So yes, Florida gets cold, it's freezing right now. But anyways, one of the things that I absolutely love about this house is it's got more of like a Tuscan style as opposed to just that solid white that we see everywhere. So let's check it out. So as soon as we walk in, we've got this beautiful office space that I told you about right off of the front entrance. And we've got this beautiful wood look tile throughout the property. Here we go. Absolutely beautiful. So we kind of have this right here all by itself, which is great because then we have this wing over here for the 3 bedrooms, and then still a separate area from the house is the master back through here. This laundry space provides kind of a walk around. It's really interesting for the floor plan. So we're gonna walk around this way to see some bedrooms, and we're gonna have another one over here. This is the middle area, and we come around and we can come back. So you can access the bedrooms through this way or right off the entryway. Why am I pointing this out? If you've got kids, you know exactly why. Because as soon as they walk in that front door, they're stripping off everything, their backpacks, their shoes, everything's going all over the place. But if they turn right first and they head straight to their bedrooms, they can take all of that stuff off in their bedrooms instead of coming all the way through the living room and then going to their bedrooms, because all that stuff is going to get laid out where? Here in the kitchen, where mom doesn't want any of that stuff to be. Ask me how I know. So absolutely love that about this floor plan. Very functional if you've got children. This neighborhood is fantastic if you've got children. There's so many kids around here, and we've got the schools super close by and amenities. Oh my gosh, Hammock Bay is incredible for amenities. We've got what, 5 pools, 2 gyms, all kinds of courts and playgrounds and walking trails and frisbee golf. And then we've got the regional sports complex. We've got the greenery, the green space with the, the mills, and then we've got Props Brewery right here on site. It's fantastic. And we've got multiple clubhouses that are just exquisite. So absolutely, if Freeport hasn't been on your radar, definitely consider it, because this is where you get away from all of the tourism, but you're still super close to the beaches. And because Freeport is up and coming, the majority of these properties are still pretty new. Like I said, this property was just built in 2016, and it's lovely, and they're well built. There are so many great builders out here. DSLD, Randy Wise, just a couple. Those are my favorites, so absolutely check them out. I guess I can show you the rest of the house. So we've got this open concept, which again, Mom loves. So we've got the kitchen space here, which is open to everything else. However, we have this bit of separation right here too, to kind of get us a little bit separated from the kids, from Dad, while we're trying to do our thing. Maybe we got to do the dishes, or maybe we're over here cooking, we want our counter space and everything. This is, we're taking care of business over here, kind of in our own element, but we can still see everything that's going on. And this living room is a huge space. Look at this. It just goes on and on. You can absolutely fit that sectional in here, and it's very clear where you're gonna put your television, so you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, will my furniture fit? It will fit. And the dining space, it doesn't look very big right now just because this space is empty, but this is actually a great space right here. You'd absolutely fit a great size table right here. And on a day that isn't overcast like today, you would have so much natural light coming through from these windows that would just kind of softly come through, not as aggressively as it would be if everything was all white. Again, I'm not knocking the white. My house is all white. It just is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna show you these bedrooms. So, something else I love. These arches. Arches just give us so much character without having to do anything crazy. And look at the size of this laundry room. I wish my laundry room was this size. So much room for activities. All right, so we come down this hallway and we've got 2 bedrooms here, and then we've got, is it only, did I totally mess up with the room count? Maybe I did. We'll find out. Okay, so here's a 2-car garage. We'll get back to the bedrooms here in a minute. I might have misspoke and not realized that that office area was being counted as a bedroom, but we're all going through it together, so we'll find out here in a minute. All right, check out this bathroom. So that was the garage. Here we have the full bath, dual vanity. It is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Great that they have a tub shower combo in this one, just in case you have small kids. And I also love that you can come in straight from the garage and access the restroom. If you're anything like me or a lot of Florida parents, you typically just leave the garage door open, right? The kids are gonna be running in and out, in and out. They're riding their bicycles, they're coming back in for some popsicles. Can I share my snacks with my friends? Yes, grab more. It just is what it is. You leave your garage door open, everybody hangs out in the street so they can run back in, use the restroom real quick. Their friends can run in, use the restroom real quick, and then run back outside and go grab their scooters or whatever it is, and of course not put any of it back where it belongs. So we come back around, and here we have the other 2 bedrooms. So yes, I was mistaken. It's not 4 bedrooms and an office. The office is counted as one of the bedrooms, so I apologize for misspeaking. It happens. This is a great size bedroom. I don't have the exact measurements, but a lot of times we'll see just like a 9 by 10. This is probably a 9 or 10 by 11, something like that. So it gives you a good bit of space and a very good size closet. Something else I want to show you is that the bedrooms, none of the bedrooms are, let me turn you around. None of the bedrooms are front facing. Like we have the office, right? So if we want to count that as a bedroom, if you're going to use it as a bedroom, then yes, you have one bedroom that has a window at the front of the house. But as a mom, I really appreciate having all of the windows either being on the sides of the house or towards the back of the property. It just makes me feel better security-wise, especially being that my daughter is young. I don't want her window being super accessible. So I really like this floor plan for that reason. It feels very secure. Next. So we continue down the little hallway. And again, we have this next entrance to the living room. And then we have the other bedroom. This bedroom has the coolest fan. Look at this, you have to stand like right under it to fully get it, I feel like. How cool is that? I'm not even a sports person, but that's cool. And another great size closet. They did so great with storage space in this house. Absolutely love it. Because kids need space too. They have so much stuff. It's ridiculous. My daughter's closet is so small and she has so much clothing and so many toys. Yes, part of that is because I never know when she's outgrown something and so it just hangs out. But it is what it is. So we have this bit of separation here between the living room area and then the master bedroom. So good split floor plan. And here's the master. Again, another great size bedroom. Two windows for natural light with a great backdrop. I'm going to show you guys the outside here in a minute. And then this fabulous walk-in closet. You put some organizers in here and it's money. And check it out. There are two of them. Yes, hers and hers. My boyfriend's probably watching this like, yup. All right, here we have the master bath. Beautiful dual vanity. Huge mirror because you need those. Soaking tub. And then the shower. And of course, the most important part, the water closet. Gotta have that. Guys, that water closet, so important. There's gotta be some kind of mystery that remains in your family. So highly recommend always showing appreciation for a water closet. All right, let's check out the backyard. Beautiful covered back porch here. Got your fan. You could absolutely screen this in if you wanted to very easily. They've already got a fire pit set up for you right here. I love fires, y'all. Not in like a crazy way, but I don't know, I just love them. We just set up a fire pit at my house and I hadn't had a fire in a long time, and so I was sitting out there and just mesmerized by the fire, and my boyfriend's like, "Are you okay? You're so quiet, you're just staring at the fire." And I'm like, "What else do you do at a fire?" Like, of course, this is amazing. I'm like meditating right now. Get you a fire pit. They're fantastic. Okay, so we've got a great sized backyard. This is perfect for if you've got kids that you want them playing out back. You've already got a privacy fence here. All throughout Hammock Bay, we are required, if you put up a fence, it has to be this shadow box style. So you're always gonna see this on any property in Hammock Bay that has a fence. And if you wanna put up a fence, you're gonna need to do one in this style. You do have a little bit of a grade here, so I don't think that a pool would be possible at this property specifically, but if that's not a requirement for you, then this property is pretty perfect. Look at this backdrop. This right here is fantastic. Not having a neighbor right behind you, but just having all of this beautiful, lush greenery is so fantastic. When I had my house built, that was one of the biggest things or biggest requirements for me is I didn't want someone right behind my house. I wanted that green space, that backdrop that wasn't going to go anywhere. And a lot of people want that. So if you're looking for a property that you're going to want, that you know you're probably only going to be in for maybe 3 to 5 years, this is absolutely fantastic to have that back there because it's going to be a solid selling point. Some other selling points are, it's a one level, it's in Hammock Bay. You are super close to the amenities. I mean, all of those amenities you could ride a bicycle to, you could drive and get there within like 4 minutes. So if you like to work out in the mornings, it's just right there. You can go swimming, whatever it is. Another thing is this particular neighborhood is pretty quiet. It's the Passages. And so there are so many communities within Hammock Bay that are all part of Hammock Bay. I don't even know how many there are, but there are some in like the main area where we are. And then there are some that are like 13 minutes away on the south end. And those are the newest ones, but they're farther from the main amenities. Whereas right here, you're super close. So I'm going to set you guys down and get prepped to go over some of the things that we do have here in the area, what the price is for this property, and what the market is doing here so that you can be fully informed. So don't go anywhere. Guys, I was about to lock up and I don't even know where we're gonna put this clip, but it is 4 bedrooms plus the office. Like I originally thought, I just somehow passed over an entire door which led to a bedroom. Check it out. So when we came back over here and we had our laundry room, bam, another bedroom. I was totally right the first time. I should have never second guessed myself. Look at this. It's a beautiful room and a beautiful sized room. I'm so upset. So last night, my daughter had some kind of crazy nightmare. And so she came into my room. I don't even know what time it was, but I should hold this closer to my face. Usually I have it clipped to me. So she comes into my room because she's had a nightmare. And I don't know about y'all, but if you have small kids, you know that they're like little ninjas in their sleep, right? They don't just sit still and, you know, enjoy the fact that they're in your room with you. No, not at all. They've got to, you know, do cartwheels and all kinds of acrobatics in the bed next to you. So I'm kind of exhausted today because I didn't get my beauty sleep, which might be the other reason that I need this big bulky sweater. But I fully apologize. It is a 4 bedroom, 2 bath with an office. All right, so I want to talk to you about a few things that are pretty pertinent. So kind of Freeport in and of itself and where it's at as far as the infrastructure and where it's going, and then also hurricanes, insurance, and the market right now. So Freeport, like I said, is about 45 minutes to an hour from Panama City Beach, but only about 30 minutes to the beach. And we have some great parks out here too. Man, and just north of us by maybe, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, we've got the Funiac Springs and a whole bunch of springs out there. Morrison Springs, don't tell me I can't think of their names. Cypress Springs, I want to say. There are a few of them, but basically you've got springs to the north, beaches to the south, and then we've got some waterfront parks as well that are so nice for catching the sunset, the sunrise. Absolutely beautiful to watch those over the bay or out at the beach, either one. Absolutely recommend doing that. It's mesmerizing. Here in Freeport though, we do have a Publix. You can get your Amazon boxes, you know, mailed to your mom. Like, you're good. There are a couple of decent restaurants that you can get DoorDash from. There's this one at Southern Island, I think, and the other one that I get a lot is Nana Poke, I want to say. Like, I don't know how you pronounce it. Pokey, poke, poke bowls. What, you know what I'm talking about. They're delicious, okay? Otherwise, you're looking at like McDonald's, Burger King, Dairy Queen, which, listen, sometimes you just need a DQ Blizzard. You just do, okay? But you can get your Publix groceries delivered here, and there's a Chick-fil-A a bit north of us by like 25, 30 minutes, something like that. You've got a emergency room 20 minutes away to the north, and then you've got the bigger one down in Miramar Beach about 30 minutes away. And then you have, there's a farmer's market that happens here in Hammock Bay, I think every 2 weeks, but the one I go to is every single week down at Grand Boulevard, which is about 30 minutes away, but it has my favorite vendors. I'm sorry. I would love to stay here just locally and just stay within my neighborhood for the farmer's market, but it's only every 2 weeks, and that's the only place I get my groceries from, so I go to the one down at Grand Boulevard. By the way, I'm AJ Baduke with Life on 30A. I'm your trusted 30A and Emerald Coast realtor right here living the dream. So all my contact information is on the screen. In case you don't know me, you can give me a call, text, email, and if somehow somebody referred you to my channel, they'll tell you, yes, I'll respond to you. I'm a real person, and I absolutely love hearing from you guys and bumping into you at the farmer's market, however awkward it may be. So where is Freeport going? It's continuing to grow. We've got, Hammock Bay is the huge master plan development. Owl's Head is getting to be pretty big. That's a D.R. Horton subdivision. We've got, Bear Creek, I want to say, off to the east side of 331, and they're going to be pretty big as well. We've got a Walmart coming. There are restaurants coming. There are more churches coming, even though there's some great churches out here already. Just everything is coming in, which is only going to drive the prices up. So at ground zero, of course, everything was significantly lower in price. It's already getting higher because of everything that's already here and the type of houses that they are building in this area. You can absolutely get something in the low 300s, probably a D.R. Horton, maybe a, not Truland, D.R. Horton bought Truland. Valor, that's what it is. Some Valor properties, and I don't remember if Lennar is out here yet, but they're going to be your lower priced properties, kind of just under 300 to the low 300s. And then you've got your DSLD and your Randy Wise that can push you into the multiple millions. So you can absolutely run the gamut of price points here in Freeport. And we've got waterfront properties, not beachfront, but bayfront, of course, or like bayou front or canal front, depending on what you're looking for. So let's talk about hurricanes, since we talked about being waterfront. We're here in Florida. We absolutely get hurricanes, but they're on Florida time just like we are. So they're going to give you about a week's notice and say, hey, I'm probably coming to the area. I might be pretty strong. I might be kind of weak, but you got about a week. That's pretty wonderful, because that means I can plan a vacation somewhere else and then come back and take care of the house using my insurance if anything happened, as opposed to an earthquake or a tornado that you don't get any kind of notice and you're just like braced for your life, And we don't even have basements to hide in here in Florida, so I really don't want to deal with any of that. But hurricanes, they're kind of slow moving. They let us know they're coming. We can go hang out with family or not, depending, on what that situation is like. But you can leave the area, come back when it's convenient. I'm a little bougie. After 12 years in the Army and deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan, I don't do cold showers, 0 cell service, or being stuck. That's why my Bronco Raptor is an unstuckable vehicle. I know every other realtor drives a BMW, but I don't like to be stuck, so Raptor it is. It's still a convertible, okay? But I just don't want to deal with that stuff. And yes, you can hashtag Florida Man It Out and go out there with your flag and stand in the winds and whatever, and maybe you'll be okay, maybe you won't, who knows. Everybody deals with hurricanes a little bit differently. Some people have hurricane parties, and so that means there are a lot of things that are no longer left on the shelves if you do decide to hang out, like booze, toilet paper, food, and water. I just don't want to deal with any of that. I'll come back once the electricity is back on, the water is potable, and I have cell phone reception so that I can still communicate with people, and yeah, I just don't want to deal with it. So what about insurance? It's not a problem out here. We absolutely get all of our clients homeowners insurance. As a team, the Emerald Group, I don't think we've ever closed a deal where the buyers did not obtain homeowners insurance. It just would not sit on any of our consciences well. And we've had zero issues obtaining homeowners insurance for every property that we've helped people purchase. So it's not an issue. In the event that you are in a flood zone below X, so basically all of Florida is a flood zone, but only one of them does not require flood insurance. And keep in mind, you're not required to have any type of insurance if you're paying cash. It's still a great idea, and we're still going to highly recommend it, as we always do. But if you do require flood insurance because you're below X, it's basically going to double your premium. They are two separate insurances. So you've got your homeowners and then your flood. And they're basically going to cost the same thing depending on your flood level. Now, if you're in flood zone X, you can purchase that flood insurance as a safety net for a significantly decreased premium. Highly recommend it. I like to be safe rather than sorry. And I don't want to fight with insurance in the event that something happens. I just want to get paid and move on with my life and fix everything up. The market. All right, so I did have to take some notes. I cannot remember every stat on every property every time I do one of these videos. I'm doing videos for you guys twice a week, and I just can't remember all of them. All right, so stick with me. So we already know this property is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom with 2,268 square feet, built in 2016, with a list price of $459. That's putting us at $202 per square foot, apologize. So let's look at what we have active right now. So we've got 155 active properties right now. I will say Freeport has a ton of inventory right now. It would take us, I think the last time I looked, it was probably close to like 6 months to go through all of the inventory if nothing else hit the market, but we know that's not going to happen. So of these active listings, there are 155 of them, and their average price is $562,000 with an average square footage of 2,377 square feet. And that puts us at an average of $236 per square foot. And they've been sitting on the market for an average of 132 days. So compared to what's on the market, this property is a bit lower, $202 per square foot versus $236. Now, what's actually under contract currently, we have 19 properties, and their average price is $490,000 with an average of 2,145 square feet, going for an average of $228 per square foot, and they've been on the market for an average of 97 days. Now, keep in mind, we don't know what they are actually sold for. We won't know until they move to the category of being sold, but at least we know what they were at on the market whenever they went under contract. So that's still $214 per square foot as opposed to $202 per square foot. As far as what is sold in the past 90 days, we've got 142 properties. That's a lot. So the average sold price was $454,000 and averaging 2,120 square feet with an average of $214 per square foot. And they were on the market for an average of 103 days with a list to sold percentage of 96%. So basically, they listed at one price, they got about 4% less than what they originally listed for. Looking at those numbers, this property is priced very, very well and competitively. Highly recommend, if you liked it, that you book a private tour. I would love to show you this property or any others here in the area or along the Emerald Coast. If you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ding the bell so that you get notified every time I do another video. Only if you liked it though, because I don't want you to subscribe and then not watch me anymore and mess with my algorithm, okay? Also, if you're trying to get some sleep and you're super tired and you just need something to lull you to sleep, you can click on this right over here, and that'll take you to another one of my videos. Otherwise, I'll see you all the next one. Bye.